Morning everyone. So here we are again. It's a lovely sunny day, but that's quite deceptive. It's early and it's quite cool. Not cold, just cool. So today I'm going to talk about clothing. The clothing that I choose to wear whilst I'm touring or just out for a day ride, and all the rides in between. But you needn't worry, it's not going to be a fashion shoot. It's going to be a more general discussion about my clothes, and that way hopefully I'll keep it to under 15 minutes for the first time this week. Let's see. So once again, just a quick introduction. Anybody who's just tuning into my channel, welcome. My name's Tim. I'm riding a recumbent trike. I take it to lots of different places, and I make videos that I hope you'll enjoy. So if you like that sort of thing, please consider subscribing, and I'll keep making the videos. How's that for a bargain? So the Walthamstow wetlands are a privately owned area of land north of London. I mentioned them earlier on in the week. They're the reservoirs that hold the drinking water for London. But just last year they pedestrianised areas of it and have put cycle lanes across it and just made it generally a nice area for people to come and enjoy the day. There's lots of, like that building behind me, there's lots of old Victorian pump houses from the times when the reservoirs were created. All sorts of great architecture around here. And it's great that they've opened it up to the public. So my clothing. I've yet to tour anywhere where there's extreme weather. Morocco, I suppose, the weather was probably the worst that I've been in, but that's from a heat point of view rather than cold or wet, and I can handle the heat fairly well. Good job too, really, going to Morocco all the time. But yeah, I haven't toured yet in any really cold countries. We're talking extreme cold, and don't think I would choose to either, to be honest. I mean, there's cold and then there's cold. Morning. Well, that's a shame. Oh well. I'll go back to a different part of the canal, I guess. And I really don't think I would want to do a tour in a country that was that cold anyhow. The clothing that I have is very general in that respect, as in I can layer up, put several layers on, and I'll be plenty warm enough. In the heat, take the layers off and wear light coloured clothing. Yes, I know, I've been told. And it's noted, if I'm in the heat, wear light coloured clothing and take some layers off. And that really is, in essence, all that I've had to do while touring up till now. What clothing do I have? Well, you've seen on my kit list from Holland, which I'll link up there, that I have some Gore bike wear. Yeah, bike, B-I-K-E wear, not trike wear. What's the difference? Well, the biggest difference I find is the annoying pockets around the back. I had lots of my Gore wear from my days on two wheels. It's such good clothing made by Gore that it lasts for years if you look after it. And so I have all this bike wear with the pockets around the back, which, like today, out for a day ride, not too bad, in the chair for a couple of hours. Yeah, I can handle that. But day after day of 6, 7, maybe 8 hours in the saddle, and those pockets around the back really irritate my lower back. So as my old bike clothing gradually wears out, I'm steadily replacing that with other tops, any sports top, like a sweat wicking sports top, without the pockets around the back. It's more difficult to find than you'd expect. Even some of the bottoms, like jogging bottoms, they have that small pocket at the back with a zip, so I have to go for something without that little pocket as well. I know the manufacturers think they're being helpful, but for somebody who's sat on their butt all day long, having a little pocket around the back there just doesn't help. Forced off the canal towpath again. We'll be back on it in a minute. They're doing some remedial work to the towpath, which is a good job too. It's been really muddy along there recently. So you see there, the shoes that I'm wearing today are Shimano MT300s. I like to think of them as a softer touring shoe. They're the sort of shoe that you can get away with wearing on the trike and off the trike at the end of the day. So the other shoes that I have are a mid-length boot. You've seen me wearing those as well. I enjoy those ones for when I'm going to places like the forest the other day in the mud. They've got a little grip when you get off the trike. Thank you. And then we get to go down the hill. Sorry about the traffic noise. So the hat, I only just got it this week. It's an Abisko summer hat from a company called Fjallraven, Swedish company. They make all sorts of outdoor clothing, top quality stuff. I'm hoping it'll last a while. Again, links in the description today so you can have a better look at the details of what it is that I'm talking about. The other hat that you've seen me wearing recently is the buff merino wool beanie hat. Obviously I wear that in the colder weather. And speaking of merino wool, also in the colder weather, I have another base layer, both top and bottoms, that I can wear, made out of merino wool. I like the merino wool because it's going to sound a bit yucky now. Merino wool doesn't smell if you sweat in it. You can wear it several times, and as we all know on tour, you can't always have a shower every day. But yeah, it's good and it's warm and it's thin and lightweight, which is of course the other thing about clothing. All my clothing has to be packed down small and lightweight, which again the Gore cycle clothing is very lightweight. Don't think so. So these leggings that I'm wearing today, they're also Gore. They're Gore wind stoppers. Again, they're getting quite old now. I think I've had them 4 or 5 years, but just as good as the day I bought them. I've been wearing these right through the winter, and even on the days without a base layer underneath, these have kept me fairly warm. I don't normally suffer from cold on my legs because my legs are obviously doing all the work on the trike, so they keep fairly warm anyhow. So whilst we're talking about cold, my feet, they get cold. I've got the shoes that I'm wearing now, I've got the boots, I've got another pair of lightweight shoes, all Shimano, but no matter what I do, the soles of my feet get cold. So what I tried out earlier this winter was foot warmers. I think I told you about these already. They're absolutely useless. I think I got a duff pack. Every time I use them, my feet don't keep warm at all. Anyway, anybody got any ideas about how to keep my feet warm? Oh, that was the other one, socks, of course. I have different socks of different thicknesses. I've got cycling socks, I've got skiing socks, and normal everyday wear socks, merino wool socks. So I wear different socks depending on the weather, or even a different number of pairs of socks depending on the weather. But I still get cold feet. Ideas, anyone? Or is it just something we have to put up with? So I think that covers just about everything to do with my clothing. If I've forgotten anything obvious, please just drop a line in the comments and I'll do my best to answer it. So let's have a look through yesterday's comments right quickly. It's quite good, I can see them there, look. More about my stand assists another day. I have promised that we're going to talk about those. You know, I've got a bit of a downer on them. Anyhow, these comments. So Balsamon. Thank you for pointing out the crack that doesn't exist on my frame. When somebody comes on your comments and says, is that a crack on the weld on your frame? The first thing you do is jump up, doesn't matter what time of night it is, where the trike is, what you're doing, you have to go and have a look. No, the frame isn't cracked, I'm glad to say, but thank you for pointing out just in case. And to Emil, now posting a Skyman. You might recall that was the reason I fitted the FNEO gearbox. The roll-off hub has quite a good spread of gear inches between the 14 gears, but I fitted the FNEO just to give me that help up the mountains when I eventually get to some. Hope the trike build's coming on well, Emil. Keep me updated. Wandering Rose, congratulations on getting your ice trike. Make sure you look after that hub. As Greg mentioned in my comments yesterday, you look after your trike and your trike will look after you. But you'll really enjoy that roll-off hub. If you haven't had one before, it's a completely different experience. And as a very wise man once said to me, Peter, don't ever play around with grub screws over grass. Yes, just like you, Lee, I did drop the grub screw in the grass, but I edited that bit out. Thankfully it didn't take me very long to find it. I had my towel there, I don't know why I didn't do it over that, but there we go. It's done now. But yeah, thank you for the advice. So anyway guys, I think that's it for today. If I haven't mentioned your comment today, please, as I said earlier on in the week, don't think they aren't appreciated. I read and reply to every single one of them, and I'm really grateful for them all. If you liked today's video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything, and I really appreciate it. It helps in the growth of my channel and helps to bring in new subscribers. Anyhow guys, I'm off. Tomorrow I'm hopefully going to talk about my camera gear. I hope the weather holds out like this, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers then. Ta-da. Sorry, but you don't get to go home by the scenic route every day. See, I do ride in traffic sometimes. Okay guys, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Ta-da.